Hi, this is Dinesh Unnikrishnan, senior journalist. So there are a lot of new kids who wants to join journalism in different streams: business, general, politics, sports, etc. So I thought I'll make a small video, for those kids who are probably in colleges or in high schools now. So journalism has changed a lot in last 10, 20 years. So now, mostly, the new joinees are coming after courses in top journalism colleges across the country, both big and small, which are actually, probably charging a lot as course fees as well. So for an average family, it may not be easy, to pay 3-4 lakhs or 5 lakhs to pay for a 1 year or 3 year course, and then try the kids' luck to get a job in media industry, in journalism. So there are thousands and thousands of families who can't afford that, and where the children might still want to, become a journalist out of passion or curiosity on the on what they can do in this profession, uh, fascinated by the ideas of being a journalist who can speak for the masses and who can be the voice of the average people. So I'm saying this for those kids who have a genuine passion towards the profession of journalism, and who are not necessarily looking at this job only for uh, you know the fancy tag of a journalist, or say high salaries these days. Many journalists are getting in corporate owned media houses. So for you don't need to necessarily go to a top journalism college to become a journalist if you don't have that kind of money to pay for the course fees. So I'll just give my own example. I've done now 70 almost 20 years in journalism across different organizations, and have done reasonably well in this profession. I believe I've not done any journalism course. The fact is that when I started in 2004, just after my college, my graduation, by the way, in mathematics, which is hardly connected to this job, my family couldn't afford to send me to any journalism uh, colleges. Forget about the top ones, even the relatively inexpensive colleges, because my father was working with a small private firm and he didn't have that kind of money to spare, which is quite understandable. But I wanted to do this job. I liked writing, and I somewhere in my mind I had this you know belief that this is the job I can do, where I can do something. This is the job where I will enjoy doing my work, you know and somehow that belief took root in my mind, and I just started writing. First it was in college magazines, uh, where I studied anything, poems or articles, or I even reported about there was a small zoo in my college where I studied. And one day I found that there was a small crocodile in that college pond. Somebody had killed it, maybe to take some body parts of crocodile, which are apparently valuable. I reported about that incident for a small newspaper in my hometown, which was an evening daily. Not many people read it, but that was I just reported it. I took a photo in my I got a cameraman. Those days I didn't have any smartphone. I got a cameraman from a nearby studio, and he took the photo of that the dead crocodile. and I wrote say 400, 500 words about who could have done it. Probably, speaking to the my professors in college and friends and the locals, and that report appeared in that local daily, and that was the start where was a new feeling for me that I can write for somebody else. I can write about the plight of somebody who is not really uh, connected to me. I didn't have to do that, right? As a student, I didn't have to do that, but I did that out of passion, and that from one thing to another, I then started writing about different issues in my town, and small issues, but relevant to those parts. And then with that experience in writing in that small newspaper, which hardly 100 or 200 people read, I took those writing samples, that copies of those newspapers, and then started applying in another other newspapers. Remember, I didn't have any journalism course, journalism certificate, which got me uh, a job in another bigger newspaper in the town, which was again a evening daily. That was the start of my journalism career in 2004. So I joined there as a reporter, a rookie reporter. My salary was probably, I think, 1500 or 1600 in 2004. But that was fine because that was my first job, and I landed in that very same job which I really wanted to do. And I was partly lucky also that I could do all that at the right time. And I had the support of my parents as well. That took me eventually, after a year or so, into a bigger job in a prestigious English newspaper, the New Indian Express in Kochi, which again gave me that uh, that launch pad to look for even bigger opportunities. So I was learning on the job. I was going and meeting people around. I was learning the tricks of the trade, probably much more than any journalism institute could have taught me in their classrooms, because I was all over the field and going and meeting different types of people, and you know different issues, some unpleasant ones. I've covered crime in those early days. I was the first one to reach many crime scenes, many suicide scenes, many in the medical college mortuaries. I was there for for cases that probably potentially made news. Police stations, was at that age, probably kids used to fear to walk into any police station. But as a reporter with this address of this newspaper, I went to many police stations to cover criminals, cases, etc. That experience, my friends, was immense, invaluable in terms of shaping a journalist. You just start it, you just start writing, you just start reporting, and nothing stops you from working with your full heart on issues that you passionate about. Your writing skill improves over time. Your conversational skill, your communication skill also improves. How to approach people, how to tackle people, how to question, how to do interviews, etc. That experience, that just changed me in those 2 years, 2004 2006, and made me a reporter who wouldn't fear to go and face anyone and ask any questions. That gave me that right mentality, that mindset to become a journalist. From those days, I moved to Bombay, and I started working for all the national, news agencies and newspapers, etc. Then it was, uh, you know, since then I have never applied for a job. It was all job offers from bigger organizations who like my work, and who called me, and I was fortunate to work on a lot of important issues nationally, critical issues, including the 2010 microfinance crisis in Andhra Pradesh. I did a series of stories for 2 years, and that gave me, even the prestigious Ramnath Goenka Award in 2011, for that for the best business journalism uh, award in 2011. So what I'm saying is that if you're still listening, a boy who who's from a average middle class family who never had even the money to go to a journalism college or nobody to guide in terms of recommending to any journalism institute or any media organization for a job. I found my own way using this my own the passion and using the opportunity as the small ones, which I didn't hesitate to jump on. So I think this works even now. So if you are a coming back to the subject, if you are a person, if you are a youngster who is from an average middle class family who don't have the money to join a journalism college, just simply I suppose you have to do at least graduation in any streams, and after that you start working for any small news organization. There are several hundreds of news websites and newspapers, magazines all over the country, which will give you some opening, to work as a reporter. They may not pay you well, but like I said, that initial experience is what matters if you're really, really, really passionate about journalism. Start working it and using that experience, go for bigger opportunities. If you are good at your job, if you have an innate passion, if you have a genuine talent to become a journalist, certainly you will find your way into your bigger places, and you will have your career shaped up very easily. It won't be easy. It will have a lot of hard work, struggle of many years. But certainly I can tell you from my experience as a journalist, as a senior journalist, that you will certainly you will find success in your pursuit. If you want any sort of guidance, any sort of if you want to talk to me to discuss any of these things, I'm available at any point to anybody. Just leave me a message or call me, we can discuss. And I wish you all the very success, very best to become a journalist and make a mark of yours. Thank you.